Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Jennifer Briggs, licensed acupuncturist with Briggs Health. And today we're going to talk about a health condition that affects millions of people worldwide, which is rheumatoid arthritis, or RA for short. A lot of people are not sure how rheumatoid arthritis is different from regular arthritis, but rheumatoid arthritis is an autoimmune and inflammatory disease, which means that your immune system basically attacks its own cells, causing inflammation and painful swelling primarily in the joints. I'm going to put up my little slideshow here. So because it is an autoimmune disease, you get much worse kind of swelling and deformation of the joints than you do with regular arthritis. RA also targets multiple joints simultaneously. It can lead to erosion of bones and it's different from regular arthritis or osteoarthritis, where the joints basically just wear out over time. This is an actual inflammatory process that causes the joints to swell and change shape. And in some cases, that actually affects other body systems as well, such as skin, eyes, lungs, heart, or blood vessels. Some people get a really severe rash with RA. They also often experience fatigue, fever, and loss of appetite, which are things that, somebody with osteoarthritis could have fatigue, but it's not going to be on the same level as someone with this kind of autoimmune or immune system reaction. It is absolutely not a wearing away of joints. So here we have, this is kind of a funky picture of osteoarthritis, but you can kind of see in comparison to the rheumatoid arthritis, where the osteoarthritis, really the problem is that all the cartilage is kind of breaking down inside the joint, where with the rheumatoid arthritis, you can see they've got the bone itself is starting to erode. You do also have cartilage wearing away and reduced joint space, which is the same as osteoarthritis or similar to it. But the other thing that you have is this whole joint capsule, like this red circle part around the joint, is basically a schematic diagram of the joint capsule itself, where in the healthy joint you can see that is kind of a normal size, where in the rheumatoid arthritis the joint capsule itself gets swollen and red and inflamed. So we've got a much more global effect on the joints with rheumatoid arthritis than we do with osteoarthritis. So in rheumatoid arthritis, in Chinese medicine, I talked last time about osteoarthritis and how the primary pathogens are wind, dampness, and cold. So those are the ones on the right over here. So people with osteoarthritis, often they feel better in warmer weather, might feel good in the sun. They might feel like they want to go south in the winter. People with rheumatoid arthritis often actually are a little bit the opposite. So wind and dampness are two of the main pathogens, but instead of cold, heat tends to be the other pathogen that's involved with RA. So that means that these people often will actually want to move somewhere like the coast of Oregon because it's not as hot in the summer because they tend to feel worse in hot weather. Um, and Yeah, so they don't want to live in Arizona. They want to live here, and they prefer it when it maybe in the winter when it's cold and rainy out, because then that doesn't just feed the heat that's already inside of them. Um, yeah, so the the other thing that I wanted to touch on is that many people with RA who are getting Western medical treatment rely on strong medications that suppress the immune system. Um, Acupuncture and Chinese medicine can help also reduce inflammation and calm the immune response. Uh, but if people have been taking medication for rheumatoid arthritis, sometimes you definitely need to consult um, with your rheumatologist or your primary care before you change those kind of treatments because sometimes if people with RA stop taking the medications, they won't you can't just start them up again and assume that they're going to work. I think sometimes it happens like that, but sometimes also the medications just stop working if you stop taking them. So this is one case, I never recommend medication changes to patients. That's always something that the patient needs to discuss with their doctor, but it's particularly important in a case like this. So, that being said, the acupuncture can be a really wonderful adjunct. One of my very first acupuncture patients in New Mexico had rheumatoid arthritis, and her knees were so badly affected that she had to stop working. But she came and got consistent acupuncture treatments for several months and felt enough better that she actually could take a job in the local casino, and was able to go back to work. So, things like that really make a big difference for people. And I remember being kind of like, wow, she's able to go back to work. That's so cool. Um, so acupuncture can be really helpful, and you let's see, you can find me online at briggshealth.com. I'm happy to answer any questions or talk to you about a friend, a loved one, yourself. And it doesn't have to be about rheumatoid arthritis, but if you just have any questions, if you're curious if acupuncture might help with your health challenges, just give me a call. Or you can find me online, again, briggshealth.com, and just fill out the contact form, and I will get back with you. I love talking to people about how acupuncture and Chinese medicine can help. All right. Thanks everyone for coming, and I look forward to seeing you. Take care and be healthy.